right, welcome aboard Bus One. We are on our way to Olympus Mons, Mars, and we have got some time to kill. Explorers, please introduce yourselves and let me know why you're on the space program here today.
Good morning. My name is Alec, and I wanted to go to space, for the memories.
Aww, that's sweet.
Greetings, my name is Calvin, and I think I got on the wrong plane. Like, I thought I was going to Dallas. I'm not supposed to be here.
I am Greg, and I think the real space is the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, me and Greg are on the same page.
Aww, that's a very inclusive flight program we have here today. Well, hello. My name is Elaine Moss, famous business magnate, and I will be your expedition leader today as we embark on a new research trip with Bus One Expeditions. Trademark pending.
Okay.
Today, I have invited each astronaut specifically for their special talents and abilities, but most importantly, I will need their Martian trivia knowledge as we journey to Mars.
I'm so honored to be on an expedition. I didn't know that's what I was signing up for.
Yeah, we let we let you know last minute after you signed the waivers. We let you know.
Yeah. By the way, you're going to Mars.
It's like that South Park episode with the iPads. Does anybody get the reference?
I didn't see South Park.
I'm sure some of our listeners do. Somebody out there. Comment below if you get that.
People are busting up out there thinking about that South Park episode.
Yeah, where Kyle signs the iTunes agreement and agrees to get himself sewn into a human centipede. Yeah, you might want to cut that part out.
It's just like that.
It's just like that, viewers.
That's it. That's in.
Just like that. Now, before we venture out into the unknown, I am legally obligated to go over a few rules and regulations on our waiver that you all signed before we begin Bus One Expeditions, trademark pending. So this will be 3 stages of 15 questions total. Stage 1, 5 questions. For each correct answer, I will be impressed once. For stage 2, another 5 questions. For each correct answer, I will be impressed twice. Count it 2 times. And stage 3, another 5 questions. For each correct answer, I will be impressed 3 total times. And we are going to be using buzzin.live, so whoever buzzes in first and answers the question correctly will get the points. And lastly, we have our challenge rule. Once per game, the host will give a fake answer to one of the questions, and each player will have the opportunity to challenge. And if the host reveals that, they will get 3 impressions. And you may only challenge the question during the question round. So you have to challenge the question immediately after the correct answer is given.
All right.
And of course, no Googling. No Googling. I want just your brain in this Martian expedition.
In fact, on Mars, it would be physically impossible to Google because the time it would take to communicate with the server would be probably almost as long as the episode. So
no Wi-Fi. No Wi-Fi. It's sad.
That is sad. R.I.P. Wi-Fi.
No, I must mention the characters and events in this episode are entirely fictitious, and any similarity to names in this episode is entirely coincidental. The characters and interactions don't represent the views of Bus One Trivia, and additionally, by embarking with us, you agree to all the terms of service, including release Bus One Expeditions for liability from any bodily harm, including but not limited to sun asphyxiation, bodily freezing, being melted by solar radiation, gravitational-related mishaps, and general implosion. Thanks, explorers!
And what's your name again?
That would be Elaine Moss.
Elaine Moss.
Yeah, that's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
That's just a coincidence.
Just randomly picked that.
Are you a woman? I mean,
no, it's
if I may ask, what's your preferred pronoun?
I go by he, him, but I like the name Elaine.
Elaine could be a nice masculine name as well.
Yeah, it's we're an inclusive crew. And so is our leader, I guess. Well, I've heard.
Hero.
Yeah. Well, something like that. All right. Form up, crew. This expedition won't be easy as we are trying to land the first human crewed spaceship on Mars. And the team at Bus One Expeditions reports that for this mission to be successful, we will have to pass these 3 stages of trivia. Are you guys up to the challenge?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Are we on? Okay, yeah, okay.
We did sign
I'm
up
ready.
for it, so
I did sign up for this.
Captive audience for sure on this one. Cue dramatic astronaut walk as we all take one small step for man, one giant leap for Bus One.
Do, 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 do.
It's like I'm there.
We have made it to Bus Zero, the launch site for our expedition. But it looks like you have to finish training. So I have a quick questionnaire for you. No need to worry. I've heard that these questions surely won't impact the mission later on. Question 1. Making it into the launch program was impressive. But what is more impressive statistically? Which of the following is more statistically unlikely than becoming an astronaut for NASA? Answer A. College football to being drafted by the NFL. B. College women's softball to the MPF. College basketball to being drafted by the NBA. Or D. College women's hockey to the WPHL. Calvin, what do you think?
I'm going to play the numbers game here. And I think just because of the size of football rosters, like, that football players are going to be the least likely. So I'm going to lock in answer A.
Close. They have big rosters, but I think that's a little bit higher than the NASA program. It's pretty selective. So answer A is incorrect, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. So are we trying to find one that's more selective?
Less likely.
Or
Yeah, more
so
selective.
it's less likely than becoming an astronaut?
I just buzzed. I'll go with less likely than becoming an astronaut. I'll go with NBA for the same reason, because you'd think that with if you have less popular sport, then maybe more people might go into the professional leagues that aren't as high stakes. So
Another good guess, but NBA is also incorrect.
Oh, dang. That was
Alec,
going to be my guess. So thanks, Greg. Let me see. I guess I'm going to go women's hockey, just because there can't be that many professional women's hockey teams, if I had to guess. Don't smile like that, he did.
That actually means that there's more people going in. So that one's incorrect too.
What?
The answer is women's softball. You are going from college women's softball to the MPF is the least likely of the 4 options.
Wow.
For
another
NASA,
point to the void.
Yeah, point to the void there.
Went to the void on that one.
It missed Mars and went into the void.
All the points are going to be collected later on, and the void will compete against you guys. Maybe. We'll see.
Wait, I thought we were doing this for impressions, not points.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Calvin's right.
But wait, is it like, do we impress you? Do I get a point if I impress you, or do I get impressions?
You get impressions, and the most impressive person.
That's right. All right.
Yeah.
Well, the void impressed you on this one.
Around 0.1 to 0.15% of people are taken into NASA for astronauts. So it's out of usually 8,000 people apply, but only 8 to 12 people are selected. The only one more selective is women's softball, which is a 0.005%.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I guess that's because there's a decent amount of college women's softball programs, but probably
not a lot of
big
pros. Not a lot of pros, yeah. And I think NFL and NBA, they have a lot of slots comparatively.
Right.
There's just more viewership. So, there's a ton of people competing, but still, compared to astronauts, it's more slots, I guess.
Dang.
Well, Elaine, I'm curious. Do you have like the other numbers for like the percentage of people that make it from one level to the next?
Yeah. College
NFL.
College football to NFL is 0.3%. College basketball to being drafted by the NBA is 0.19%. And college women's hockey to the WPHL is 7.69%. So almost all
7%.
Yeah, like a ton of the
Almost
hockey
all.
players. Almost all. They're all getting in there.
7%, almost all.
Almost all of them making it. It's too easy, honestly.
No.
That's a couple of those statistics. But yeah, women's softball, I don't know if it's a lot, and like barely any pro slots or something like that, but it's a lot lower.
Interesting.
That makes sense to me.
Question 2. This whole rocket building thing can't be too hard. I mean, didn't someone send a Tesla Roadster to space in 2018? Assuming the Tesla still is in one piece, of course, and hasn't been obliterated by space debris. How many times is it estimated to have orbited the sun? Closest will win here, yes.
Okay.
So it's 2018, so keep in mind.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I watched it live.
Ooh.
I'll go
There's an
with
advantage here.
Okay.
I'll go with 5 orbits around
Next
the
up.
sun.
Next up, Calvin.
I don't know much, but I do know some of the wisest advice I've ever received is that the answer to life, the universe, and everything is 42.
Oh.
So I'm feeling 42 here.
Okay.
I love it, Calvin.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say. So I thought you were gonna say Earth. Like how many times it's orbited around the Earth? Because this around the sun, that would just be like how many years it's been since then, right? So I'm gonna guess how many that is. 7, 6, 7.
That's so the correct answer is 4.59. So it's gonna go to Greg here. It's the orbit of the Roadster is slightly wider than Earth's orbit, so it's a longer time to go around the sun.
What? By that much? That's
Yeah, it's like
crazy.
slightly elliptical. Instead
I think my Kerbal Space Program experience has done me well for this.
It's true.
Yeah, you're goated. Greg's goated on this.
Greg's goated.
Let's be honest.
It is spaceship.
You never know how I never know how what turns these questions will take. So.
Exactly.
I'm impressed. That's one impression to Greg. And just so you guys, just for more context, the fuel economy of that Tesla Roadster would be 27, or the fuel economy equivalent, because it's electric, would be 27,613.8 miles per gallon at a speed of 5,699 miles per hour. So they're going a little bit over the speed limit, I'll say, for that.
Is there a speed limit in space though? Actually, no. The speed limit in space, I guess, would be the speed of light, which is like the universal speed limit. So
yeah, they're under that. Hopefully,
they're doing fine.
Unless they figure out how to break the fabric of reality itself.
Yeah, did you figure that out, Elaine?
Elaine's still calculating. Elaine is doing his best.
Calculate.
Question 3. This is a pretty big event, guys. We should probably announce our expedition on Twitter. Oh, sorry. I meant X, the Everything app. Man, I would love to acquire that app. What percentage value has it dropped since its acquisition in 2022 by Elon Musk? And the original price was $44 billion.
Do you want a percentage or dollar value?
I'm looking for either one. I have both.
I would say it's dropped by about. I think it's about 80%.
Okay.
So it's like a fifth of its original value, roughly.
Calvin, you want to give it a shot?
Well, 42 wasn't the answer to the last question, but maybe it's the answer to this question. So I'll go with 42 again.
42%? Okay. I think I'm just going to go let's say its value's cut in half. I'm just going to go 50.
Straight 50. This is going to goated Greg again. It's 79%, almost 80 exactly.
Oh my god!
I was split between like 75 or 80. I knew it was somewhere in that vicinity. I think I had just seen something about that like a few days ago while reading the internet
crazy
stuff.
Okay, this brings up some implications that Elaine Moss lives within the same universe as Elon Musk and wants to buy X after Elon already bought X.
It's cheap now. It's cheap now.
I feel
cheap now.
Are we turning X into what, Y? Or
yeah, what are you gonna call
make it Y?
That's top secret information.
As in, why isn't it called Twitter anymore?
That would be, yeah. Why coming to a service near you? The Everything mobile app. There we go.
The Everything app.
Wow, that's a lot more than I want to spend. I'm impressed though, Greg. That's one impression to you. Question 4. Designing a rocket is hard. Maybe we can just use X again, the Everything app. Its AI Grok is pretty good at designing rockets, I think. Which of these does Grok say is one of the most challenging steps when giving us a rocket to Mars plan?
What is the most challenging step?
So, can you say what prompt did you give it? Can you
it ain't rocket science.
That's good. This has multiple choice. So it's so which of these? I asked Grok to give us a rocket to Mars construction guide, and it said one of these was likely the most challenging step. So A would be budget and funding. B would be trajectory and navigation. C would be heat shielding. And D would be entry, descent, and landing. Alec, you buzzed in first.
You know, I gotta go heat shielding.
Grok doesn't think that's that
hard.
Grok!
Come on, Grok, that's the hard one.
Grok doesn't, he only thinks about other things. Calvin, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with like the entry, descent, and landing.
That's right. Grok is impressed.
Dang it, that was what I was going to say, because whenever you have a Mars mission in the news, like whenever it's about to land, they like to talk about it's like the 7 minutes of terror and like how from the time it hits the atmosphere to its landing, by the time it's actually landed, like by the time Earth receives the signal that it has hit the atmosphere, it's either already landed or already turned into a crater in the ground. So, because it takes just like 7 minutes from entry interface probe.
Yeah.
Has it landed? Grok may never know. But Grok does know. Question 5. All right.
Another Grok question?
No, it's not Grok. Don't worry.
Okay. All right, we're safe.
Yeah, you thought we were going to Mars? No, it's just all Grok.
Oops, all Grok.
Yeah. Question 5. I think that we can do this, crew. But just because I'm nervous, let's rent a SpaceX Falcon Heavy to fly instead. How many successful SpaceX Falcon Heavy flights have there been out of a total of 449 launches? And this is multiple choice, but since Alec buzzed in, would you like to give it a shot?
Yes, they were all successful because you learn even through failure. You learn through failure. They're all successful.
I like that answer. I'll just hear everybody's. I'll hear everybody's.
Okay.
Greg, what do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna go with 8, and I have my reason to go with this, but I'm gonna see what's revealed at the end, because yeah, I'll go with 8.
All right, I should specify it's not just Falcon Heavy; it's all SpaceX flights.
Oh, okay. Can I change my answer?
I think 8 might be right. I think 8 might be right for Falcon Heavy.
Yes, exactly. And how many flights total were there?
449 launches.
I think 447 then.
Calvin,
we're just
do you want to
talking
wait
about
for
the Falcon
multiple
family.
choice?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Are you gonna
Say 42 again? Say 42 again.
It'll be right eventually. At some point, it has to be. Are you gonna give a point to whoever's closest, or are you only giving an impression if you get it exactly right?
I'll do closest.
Closest? Okay. I think then I will throw out 446. Was that one less than Craig? Just box
That
it
was
out.
one less than what I said.
All right.
Okay.
Drum roll. Calvin, I'm impressed.
Oh.
It's 443 out of 449.
Oh.
Okay, wait. Were you including Starship launches in that too?
Yeah, I was including all SpaceX
I was just
launches.
I was going off. I was just going off the Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy family, which I believe
which are
that
very successful.
Out of those two, they've had 2 launch failures and one that exploded in pre-launch processing, which wasn't technically a launch failure because it never actually launched.
True.
Not technically a failure.
I do like Alec's answer of, they're all successes. So
Yeah, are you impressed?
I'll give you a half impression.
Yeah.
Because this is such a positive crew. But those odds seem good enough to me. Let's scan my card. We're good to go. We've just purchased our Falcon Heavy.
Okay. Apple Pay.
Now that was pretty expensive, so let's cut to commercial break for our audience question.
Hey folks, here with a short ad from today's sponsor, Suit X. Suit X provides forward-looking spacesuits for travelers on their one-way trip to Mars. Suit X suits are not refundable and terms and conditions apply. The question for you: what would happen first in space without a spacesuit? A. Explode from the lack of pressure. B. Freeze from the low temperature. C. Asphyxiate from the lack of oxygen. Or D. Boil from the lower boiling point. That question again was, what would happen first to you in space without a spacesuit? A. Explode from the lack of pressure. B. Freeze from the low temperature. C. Asphyxiate from the lack of oxygen. Or D. Boil from the lower boiling point. Let us know on Instagram or in the comment section on Spotify. And get your Suit X spacesuit today.
How can we make money off of the audience question?
Yeah.
The winner of this question is whoever donates the most to Bus One.
Yeah, that's the audience question.
That's pretty good, actually.
This part isn't This part isn't on the podcast, right? Because right now we're talking the Okay.
Depends how funny we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I probably just ruined it then.
Yeah, we'll leave that in. Good work on your training, explorers. Checking my notes, we missed one question. It was that went to the void. So that means that, maybe when we were designing the rocket, there might be something that comes up later, but I'm sure that'll be fine. Nobody worry about that. Let's not let gravity keep us down. You know what I mean?
Hey.
But don't.
Man, Elaine, you're too funny. Stage 2,
You're
the flight.
Are you talking to yourself in the third person now, Elaine?
Yeah,
No, he
Elaine's
changes voices. You can tell.
It's a little crazy. Elaine's a little crazy. That guy. Elaine Moss, specifically. Explorers, we are about to set foot into a rocket to venture where no human has ever gone before. Prepare for blastoff. We've heard it from Mission Control. We're T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quick, explorers, I can't remember how many of the boosters I need to activate for liftoff. Does anyone remember the recommended change in velocity or delta V needed to get to Mars so that I can do the correct number of boosters? There's multiple choice. But Calvin, you want to give it a shot for the delta V needed to get to Mars?
I'm running the numbers, and I think delta V is 42.
42.
42 what? I don't know. 42. It's just 42.
It's 42 or something if you don't go to the unit.
It's kilometers per second, but that's and we are assuming it's a Falcon Heavy. Escaping from Earth to low Earth orbit, and then a trans-Martian injection burn and a Mars orbit entry.
May I so are we including the delta V from surface to low Earth orbit? Are we assigning low Earth orbit to Mars?
Yeah, it goes from Earth to low Earth orbit, and then a trans-Martian injection burn, and then a Mars orbit entry. He's doing the math.
Okay. So all of it.
Yeah,
so from low Earth orbit to low Mars orbit?
It'll be entry.
Or from surface of Earth to Mars orbit. Okay.
Yes.
That will affect my
Gotta
answer.
go pretty fast, I think. I'd say.
Okay, I'm on the clock now, right?
You're on the clock.
It's true.
Okay. Well, the clock.
You better hurry.
Okay.
No math.
He's going off the dome. He's going off the dome. I can tell. He's not ready.
All our engineers at home quickly writing down.
I am
their
writing some stuff down. Actually, just about I'm going to say 15 kilometers per second.
Okay.
Per second? Oh, kilometers per second?
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Do I get the multiple choice?
You can have the multiple choice.
I didn't buzz in.
Yeah, you didn't buzz in. A 9.3 to 10. B 3.6 to 4. C 16.5 to 18. Or D 14.4 to 16.
Oh my gosh. Well, Greg kind of already claimed D.
Okay, yeah.
I guess I'll go C.
Greg claimed the correct answer.
Oh my gosh.
Kerbal Space Program, realism overhaul. Literally, you deal with these exact types of numbers when you're playing with mods. And I have a
gosh.
Greg, I'm impressed.
He's very impressed. I'm impressed too.
Yeah, it would be 22,000 kilograms would be the payload if we're able to do a Mars. Oh, good. We made it out of orbit. With that great advice, we were able to know exactly how many boosters to burn. Does anyone see that bright light up ahead? Oh no, I feel weird. It's almost as if Elaine Moss is being possessed. Whoa!
What?
Boom!
What?
Is that the sound of Elaine being possessed?
Boom! 5 big boobs for Elaine Moss being possessed.
You mere mortals thought you had defeated me. Star King, King of the Stars.
Not again.
I just listened to the Low Gauntlet episode like a day or two ago. So that's all I know about the whole Star King thing.
Oh,
But alas, I am
I thought we
gaining
killed
power.
you.
Day by day, I've been banished to the black hole realm. Now, I am possessing Elaine Moss.
And I am.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I. Try to lock it. All right.
Now, I must ask you 2 riddles before I let you travelers leave your puny planet.
Gosh.
If you help me find the knowledge that I seek from these riddles, I will allow you to leave. Riddle 1,
Sparky.
question 7. I am the beginning of the end, and yet I end time and space. I am essential to creation and eternity, but I still surround every place. What am I?
And then Alec buzzed in first, but I didn't clear it. But Alec.
All right. I think, are you the letter E?
Alec, I'm impressed. That's too impressive.
Yes.
It was the letter E.
Yeah, you said a bunch of words with E's in them.
Yeah. you really figured out Star King's gambit there. That was pretty good.
Riddle 2, question 7. Or question 8, sorry. Star King isn't great at knowing the questions sometimes. I can be half without losing power. I can shine with no fire. I may hide, but my power never subsides. I shine up high and move through the oceans, staying dry. What am I?
Could you repeat that?
You say that
Yeah.
whole thing again.
Yeah. Elaine Moss here. Yeah, so I can be half without losing power. I can shine with no fire. I may hide, but my power never subsides. I shine up high and move through the ocean, staying dry.
The ocean staying dry. I was going to say like light bulb, but then you start talking about the ocean.
This ain't looking good for the expedition, guys.
Guys, we got to figure this out or Star King's not going to let us leave Earth.
Can we repeat this again?
Yeah.
Give it again. Give it again.
Yeah, since you guys weren't getting it from Elaine, this is Ethan here, so this is just normal.
Yeah, that'll make it easier.
I can be half without losing power. So it's the same amount of power, no matter how much of it you see. It shines, but there's no fire in this object. And it hides from our view, but the power never subsides.
Okay,
Greg, you want to give a guess?
I'm gonna say the sun because it can set under the ocean. Like it sets over the horizon and it's kind of behind the ocean, but it's never wet, and it also has no fire because it's run by nuclear fusion.
It's not the sun. I was considering the sun to be fiery, but it's close. It's close. It's the right direction. It's moving the oceans. Alec?
Moon?
Yeah.
Okay.
The sun
so-
does contribute to tides.
True.
Just not as
Yeah,
much as the
true.
moon.
Yeah, so I guess I was looking for a moon just because it was like it can be half but not lose its power, so you can see like half moon, and it can shine, no fire on the moon.
But when half of the sun is covered during a solar eclipse, you'll still damage your eyes if you look at it.
True. Sun maybe is partial. I'll give Greg a half impression because sun's it's close. It's close.
Acceptable.
But Alec, that's 2 impressions for moon.
Okay. All right. Took me only like 4 tries of you saying the riddle.
I'm glad we didn't need any more characters. I was running out.
I know. I was about to ask, can Goofy read the riddle next? Or...
Oh God!
Gosh, I can be half the moon without losing power. No, he's not on the text fiction. Not that.
Nah, we're just playing around.
We're just joking. All right, back to Sir King.
I will allow it for now, mortals. But beware. Soon you will bow before the power of Star King, King of the Stars.
Wow, you guys okay? That was crazy.
Perhaps.
Yeah. I'm glad that's over. I don't know what that was. Watch out! While we were distracted with Star King, it looks like one of Mars' moons is coming right towards us. Maybe we can avoid it with question 9. What is the shape of the Martian moons? And this is multiple choice.
You gotta give us that a little sooner, Elaine.
Elaine's not quick enough. Do you want to hear the multiple choice? I can read them this time.
Yeah, just read them.
Okay. A, apple. B, banana. C, pear. Or D, potato.
Are these technical classifications for the shapes of heavenly bodies?
These are technical. Very technical. Calvin, what do you think?
Potato.
That's right.
Who would have thought?
I was gonna say potato. I was gonna say potato before I knew it was multiple choice. I actually have heard it compared to a potato before.
The technical classification.
They look like
potato.
The moons of Mars basically look like asteroids, and those are often compared to giant potatoes.
That's right.
Man,
yeah,
could
Mars
you imagine a potato the size of an asteroid?
That's
it'd
scary.
be delicious.
Idaho
Until it
can
starts
never.
to, if it starts to spoil, that might be a little bit of an issue.
Luckily, there's only 2 moons on Mars, Phobos and Deimos, and they have too little mass for the gravity to make them spherical, so they look like potatoes. And that brings us. Oh, thanks, man. Question 10. Are we there yet? Moving at 50,000 miles per hour. This is multiple choice, by the way. How many days does it take to get to Mars? A, 81 days. B, 43 days. Or C, 66 days. Alec, what do you think?
I feel like 81, right? Yeah. Okay. No, I still guess 81.
81's incorrect.
Okay. All right.
You can challenge it though if you want.
I don't know enough. I don't know enough.
Can I answer it after I've challenged it?
No, I don't think you got that. We didn't go through the challenge. You're good.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
So what do you think, Greg?
I'll go with 66. Or the middle
incorrect
one.
Incorrect as well. I guess that leaves
What?
Calvin. What do you think it is out of all the options?
I don't know. Are you getting tricky because there's no sunrise, sunset technically
are you getting
when you're
tricky?
traveling, so it would just be one day.
I had one of these answers being correct.
Oh.
Well, there's only one left.
Yeah, there's only one left.
And it's very close to your favorite number.
Yeah.
Well, shoot. I guess I need to I'll lock in 43.
That's right.
Is that what you said? Whoa!
Whoa. That seems too short.
Yeah, that is. Did you just get that answer off of a linear distance to Mars and calculating? Because that is not how orbital mechanics work.
Yeah, I got it off of Reddit.
Okay.
Reddit. Or is
That's
this
what-
all an elaborate ploy and it is the challenge question?
Yeah. I'm
Who
going
can
to
say?
file that as.
Because why did you slip up and say it was longer?
I'm still a little bit sus on the
Who
bus
can
here.
say? Who can
I
say?
think you slipped up.
No, Elaine would never slip up. That's crazy.
Challenge! I'm challenging. Play the sound. Play it.
I'll officially challenge this one too.
Yeah.
It's too sus on the bus.
It's too sussy.
Yeah. That is the challenge question.
Yeah!
Okay, so Alec and I both get the challenge points.
Yeah, you both get 3 impressions.
Is there does Calvin get 2 points and then Alec and I get 3?
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
'Cause
fair
he-
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't want to, his impression still lasts in Elaine's brain.
Yeah.
Impressions are forever.
Wow. Thanks, Lynn.
Thanks, Elaine. Hey, thanks, Elaine.
What's the real answer?
I didn't have time to get the real answer, but I didn't put down the
I'm pretty
random
sure
date.
I'm pretty sure that when I've kept track of launches to Mars, they're usually about 8 or 9 months thereabouts.
I thought it was like at least 6 months. Is what I had heard.
it's like the better part of a year because I remember
It's a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, typically. Kerbal Space Program. This episode is sponsored by Kerbal Space Program, which
It is.
I
Get it
guess
now. That's how we're making our money back.
Except Kerbal Space Program 2 completely crapped the bed and basically Fire Festival. But
Well,
Rip.
I wouldn't know.
So yeah, that was the challenge question. I did get that answer off of Reddit, but I was like, yeah, this isn't right. And then I forgot to plug in the correct answer to Ask Grok. So
also the fact that it's a 3-way multiple choice is kind of sus too, because that's a gimme if the two get it wrong. I've never heard a 3-way multiple choice on Bus One before.
yeah, Elaine,
He's playing the
Elaine's-
meta game.
Yeah, Elaine's going crazy on that one, but yeah, that's a pretty long time. Yeah, I don't know. You guys just want to hypersleep now?
I'm tired.
All right. Plug in your Neurasleep into your brain.
Not to be confused with Neuralink.
We'll fast forward. Can we get a score check?
I think I have 7.5.
I also have 7.5. So we're tied.
Ooh.
I have 6 and 0 halves.
Oh, it's a
I'm not
close.
Respect.
So it's anybody's game still.
It's a space
Very
race,
close
if you
game.
will. Good one, Elaine. Oh, stop. That's so funny. Stage 3, Mars landing. The red planet awaits with question 11. Maybe I should have thought about this before, but I don't know where to land. It looks like a sandstorm is covering the planet. I can just make out a canyon we can use as a landmark. There it is. It's the Val's Marinaris. Marinara. No. Does anyone know
Marinara's
how?
red, so is the planet.
True. That's true. It's all made
Is that
of
why we call it the
sauce.
red planet? It's just covered in marinara?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Half impression.
Kind of like how the moon's made of cheese, eh?
Oh, that'd be delicious.
Cheese. Oh, our solar
Dip
system
the
is
moon
delicious.
in Mars.
And there's potatoes floating around.
Mmm.
It's just a regular cupboard in the space.
Elaine, you're so
cupboard.
funny.
Cupboard.
That's
It sounds more
crazy.
like a pantry than a
Elaine.
cupboard.
Does anyone know how wide the Val's Marinaris is? No.
Is this multiple choice?
Well,
Good
I hate
question,
to say it.
Greg.
I hate to say it, explorers, but our communications array is broken from one of the asteroids, and we don't have any multiple choice for this question. So it'll be closest wins.
So how
And
wide is this
are we
Marinara
talking-
Valley?
Are we talking
Exactly.
in miles? Or?
In miles.
Because this is America, except it's Mars.
Exactly. Calvin, how wide is this trench, this Marinara?
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I'm going to say 42. But I think that's way too wide. So I'm going to say 4.2 miles.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Okay.
See who's
4.2.
See who's closest. Greg, what do you think?
I'm going the other way. This is a very large canyon. I think it's pretty thick. Lots of C's on the thick there. So I'm gonna go
Dummy
with
thick.
dummy thick canyon. We're gonna go with
Rename it.
How about I take the other meme number? How about I go 69 here? 69 miles.
Nice.
4.2 miles, 69 miles. Alec?
Elaine loves his meme numbers, so
Elaine
It's
does love
true.
meme numbers.
Elaine does love names.
All right. I think Dummy Thick Canyon has got to be probably more than 69 miles. Because who knows?
Nice.
Maybe less, but maybe more. Let's go 70. Let's go 70.
Right over. Alec's gonna take this one. The Dummy Thick Valley is 200 miles wide.
Whoa.
It's interesting though,
That is
Calvin.
Dummy Thick.
It's 4.3 miles deep, which is pretty close to your guess.
Whoa.
Oh.
Or it's about 10 times the size of the Grand Canyon for a
Like as
visual.
wide? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty dummy thick.
That is
So-
Dummy Thick.
Alec, that's 3 impressions for that one.
Thank you.
Question 12. Oh, we did it! We landed! Thanks for that quick advice. I'm glad we avoided falling into the Marinara Trench. We have landed. We did it, explorers. I'm a bit parched though after all that excitement. Does anyone know where any water might be on this planet? And this is multiple choice. A. Briny water seasonally flows down some hillsides and crater walls. B. Mars has a watery past with potential floods around 3.5 billion years ago, but today the water is frozen within Mars' core. C. The atmosphere is too thin for liquid water to exist for long. It is all evaporated. We are completely parched. Or D. Above the surface, ice caps exist, just like on Earth.
I'm
Greg,
gonna go
you buzz in.
with. Yep, I'm gonna go with the briny flows.
Briny flows. That's what I be spitting.
Greg, that's right. 3 impressions.
The polar.
You-
Yep, I'm pretty sure the polar ice caps on Mars are mostly dry ice, CO2.
Yeah, and specifically the wording there was, I said above the... I was hoping to catch some people up on the ice caps because they are there, but I said above the surface. They're actually below the surface for the ice caps. But yeah, Mars has briny seasonal flows. So that's 3 impressions to Greg.
Hey, you know who
Yeah.
else is bringing some briny seasonal flows? Kendrick Lamar.
Hey! Yeah. Elaine loves Kendrick. Actually, I don't know if Elaine does. Canonically.
We'll have to decide.
I thought this was a completely fictional character that has no correlation with any
No, we have to ask
real
the
life,
showrunners if that can be canon or not.
Yeah,
We're
let me
not
ask
sure.
Grok. Let me ask Grok real quick. Question 13. Before we go out, let's make sure our suits are set to the right setting. What's the heat difference in degrees Fahrenheit from our heads to our feet? This is feet. Multiple choice.
What?
Our heads to our feet.
The difference in
degrees F. When this is taking like the average person, so from their head to their feet, the degrees Fahrenheit difference between that on Mars, because the atmosphere is so thin, it loses the temperature. So it'll be
Am I wearing a suit?
Yeah, well, yeah, we need to set our suits to that, you know? So
Gotcha.
we don't lose any.
So this would be if you weren't wearing a suit.
exactly.
Gotcha.
So the difference from feet to head is 102 degrees Fahrenheit, A.
Oof.
B, 67 degrees Fahrenheit. C, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Or D, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Calvin, you buzzed in.
Yeah, I heard 43, and that was close enough to 42, so I'm locking in 43.
Let's go.
Calvin, I'm impressed. That's right.
Whoa!
I knew
There's
it was
a-
finally gonna be an answer.
There's been a secret 43 trend on this episode, if you haven't noticed. 43 degrees Fahrenheit, 4.3 miles deep for the trench, and the fake 43 days to get to Mars.
Perhaps 43
fake.
is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything.
Perhaps. They're
No, that's
rounding up.
blasphemous. That's blasphemous.
Yeah, I
You
wouldn't
can't
say so. I wouldn't say so.
Maybe it's the meaning of Mars, the Marsiverse, and Marsy things.
Yeah, it's a Mars version. Yeah.
The Mars meaning of life for all the Martian aliens.
Mars needs moms.
Aw, they do. And if you think about it, it's summer at your toes and winter at your feet or your head.
Yes. Very profound.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
Elaine,
of
you have a
course.
way with words.
You're looking
have
that
a
up
way
in the
with
Foot
words,
Encyclopedia, aren't you?
Yeah, Elaine can't get his mind off feet. Sorry.
Yeah, we know that.
Elaine
Ethan.
is not beating
I
the
mean,
allegations.
That's crazy. Yeah. So,
That's crazy.
question 14. Are you guys feeling this gravity? It's crazy here. Does anyone know what the gravitational percentage is compared to the Earth?
Somebody does. Somebody does. Somebody does.
I want to say it's something like 34%. It's in that ballpark.
Calvin?
Okay.
42.
Guess at what you might say. I have a guess. Yeah.
30%.
This one is going to Greg. I'm impressed. It's
Wow.
it's 37%. You were 3% off.
Nice. I knew it was about a third.
Yeah, it's even though Mars has only 15% of the Earth's volume and just over 10% of the Earth's mass, the Martian surface gravity is still 37% of Earth.
Something about the
Interesting.
density there, probably. I don't know.
Has to do with, but it's based on the mass, right? Isn't it gravitational pull based on the mass? of the object?
So you're yes, but you
but depending
but
how
also
far away
your
you are.
radius from that.
Yeah.
Like if you were to model as a point mass in the surface,
I know what you're saying. It depends what the
Yeah.
radius of the planet is as well.
yeah, and mass and radius, or more specifically, the mass and the volume, which is related to the radius, is the density of it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why we picked you guys as explorers. Elaine doesn't do all that math.
I'd also like to throw in the gravity probably depends on whether or not Yo Mama is on Mars.
Hey! Oh, man, Elaine.
Hey, that's why we brought this guy along. That's why we brought him.
Let's go.
Comic
Elaine
relief.
is so mad right now.
That sounds like an Elaine joke, to be quite honest with you. That sounds like something
true.
Elaine. That sounds like something Elaine would put on X.
Yeah, quit kissing up to Elaine, Calvin.
Yeah.
Elaine, can I have half an impression?
I'll throw Elaine likes jokes. You get a half an impression.
What? This is some bullshit.
Well, that
Oh,
means I
well.
think all three of us have half an impression, so it balances out.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, I think we've done it, explorers. Now, we just have to find a gas station to fuel up our spaceship for when we want to go back. For that, the final question. Question 15. As we begin to crack open a cold one, that being a fluid pouch inside of our Martian habitat, the sun begins to set across the red Martian regolith. But I have a question. What
Beautiful.
color is that sunset?
It'd be crazy if it wasn't red. It'd be crazy.
Greg, what color is the Martian sunset?
I want to say it's blue.
What?
Greg, that's right.
I've seen pictures. I used to have a picture from the Curiosity rover on my phone of a Martian sunrise or sunset, and the sky was blue.
Blue?
The
cool.
Martian sunsets are blue, but during the day, Alec is correct. The skies are pinkish red, the opposite of Earth's skies.
The opposite. Spooky.
Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy our Martian view. We've made it, explorers. Can we get a final impression check as we relax on the Martian sand?
I ended with a total of 9.5 impressions.
Wow.
I ended with 10.5 impressions.
So I had
Wow.
7.5 at the end of round 2, and I think I got 9 in this. I got 3 questions. Did I get 3 from that round? That's what I wrote.
Yeah, I think you got I think Goated
9.
Greg got this one.
9.
Yeah, you
16
got
and a
3.
half impressions.
Woo.
Goated Greg. Well, congratulations, Goated Greg. You have won the mission to Mars. Elaine is very, very impressed. Well, folks, it looks like we've rolled into the station. So that's all the time we have today. If you enjoyed your ride on Bus 1 today, we'd really appreciate it if you told your friends about us. Also, feel free to drop a 5-star rating on whatever app you're on. That would be dope. We're on all social medias at Bus1Trivia, all spelled out. And you can submit your topic or question ideas at bus1trivia.com. Before we go, we'd like to thank Vert for the use of our theme song 5978, which is a certified space banger. Thanks for riding Bus 1, and check out the merch.
Is it Rocket 1 now? Starship
Yeah, we
1?
have Rocket 1.
Starship 1.